All right, playing Hex Trike. This is our second time playing Hex Trike. We just played regular Trike for our second time. This is similar to that, except on a hexagonal board instead of a triangular board. I believe. When we're not the rules. So I'd suggest both of them. Plays on a hexagonal grid composed of hexagons. Use a neutral pawn, black and white checkers. Players take turns moving a neutral pawn around the board. Passing is not allowed. The neutral pawn can move any number of empty points in any direction in a straight line, but cannot move onto or jump over occupied points. When a player moves the pawn, first they place a checker of their own color onto a destination point. Then they move the pawn on top of it. When the pawn is trapped, the game is over. At the end of the game, each player gets a point for each checker of their own color adjacent to the pawn. If the number of adjacent checkers is equal, the checker under the trapped pawn breaks the tie. The person with the highest score wins. So yes, similar in the same way as that's what similar is to Trike, just a hexagonal board. May or may not fill up the board, but we could just get trapped in a little corner, surround a little piece. Cool. There are things I like. I thought about doing a series like on chess puzzles that I would think like there's things that I think I could do that would take up more my time and not playing with friends, and like there's like solo things I've thought of that I could do that could be specifically for getting more views. But yeah, I think those not being a priority have been the main reason they haven't got done. Yeah, but everything would be considered a top. I mean, since it's like six surrounding or in a corner would be. Well, here there could be four. All right. Oh yeah, so the pawn trapped under breaks the tie. Yeah. So even it could be four here instead of trike where it was three, I believe. The corner one's a four. The total would be four surrounding. So the trapped one underneath is specifically. Yeah. But still, middle one would be 7. This one would be 5 still. So that's how, okay, I think it's only if they surrounded ones are even. So center and sides are even. Yeah, it said if the number of adjacent checkers is equal. Some of it's equal. Oh yeah, a person. They said the center and sides are even. The center is still. It'd be a 7. It could be 6 surrounding it, but it'd be 7 total. And then a edge would be 4 surrounding it, but 5 in total. And then a corner would be 3 surrounding it, but 4 in total. So only the corner is a even number. Yeah, so the corner, I think they ignore the point underneath. Yeah, so it would nor in the corner because it's only if it's a tie. So it wouldn't be a tie if it's in the corner. It's only if the number of adjacent checkers is equal. Okay, so I'm going to try to push it this way, or do I just need to accept that there's an open board here, open to all the captures. So yeah, slightly different than trike in that way, but not much different in the way of play, I would say.
Try to see if I can weasel you in here.
Yeah. What is the end of the year? Like you said, you're done with midterm stuff. What is the what does the next month look like for you coming up?
Let's see. Next month is November, so we start the next quarter. In November's all right. Just like 4 weeks of sort of the same thing. It'll be busier at work because the second job that I do, I get a lot of data I have to parse. I mean, I'll be finishing up with applications, so I'll have a little more time, which will be nice. What about you? What does your November look like?
I'm doing somewhat makeup work just because I'm planning a week away in December. And December is usually a pretty busy time, and usually like the week after Christmas and before New Year's is more just getting like finishing finishing the work that was before Christmas, and then getting ready for the new year. Getting ready for. So I'm doing a little bit of preparing for that in November, just to get ready for December. Been a lot more heavy with music stuff recently, outside of work, and then so yeah, just trying to focus more on getting things completed with that. I'm hoping to play some board games with Mark Steer. I messaged him about just stream one of your, or if any of your board games, then talk about them. And if we're playing the only other two board game creators we know are Alec, who's I wouldn't say we know them obviously, but
Yeah.
They have messaged us on our Discord. I'd be interested in playing with Alec or Michael of the games we've been playing recently from our Discord. But yeah, so we have, at least on the YouTube side, we have stuff scheduled until February, so I don't really have to
Nice.
worry much about YouTube stuff besides making sure new stuff is uploaded before February. It's kind of taking a little break from doing all the tags and descriptions and uploading and thumbnails and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to get stuck in this little bubble, but yeah, that's gonna be a game, I think.
Yeah. Nice. Think we could play Lilo?
Think so?
Or do you think we should just do another game of this? They're both made from Out.
I'd be fine with that. They're both fun.
Nice. Cool. So that was that game of Hex Trike. Yeah, let's go ahead and play Lilo. Cool. Would recommend Hex Trike. Definitely very fun games to play. Any final words on Trike and Hex Trike, Shorter? Until next time we play?
Yeah. Final thoughts? Check them out. I would say play Hex Trike if you've got more time.
Mm-hmm. It's a bigger board. Hex Trike is a bigger board.
Yeah. I'd also love to see Hex Trike with multiple people too.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. I think the one he mentioned, Bide, is a 2 to 6 player game. So we'll be looking for that whenever we can find it. Cool. HexTrike. See you soon.